What's up, guys? Eric here, driverlineup.com, world's OK steering wheel holder, and Captain Dave.
Hello.
From the TNT Journeys, and we're at, where are we at?
Nick's BBQ in
Catfish. Nick's Barbecue, yeah. Nick's Barbecue and Catfish in Carlisle, Arkansas. And I've been here a few times. This is on I-40, so a lot of you guys have probably seen the billboards out there. But it was cool to get a chance to stop here, try it out. What do you think?
And the food was great. You know, I think I told you we've been trying to eat healthy for the first few days on the truck, so we both had a good appetite when we got here. It was great to relax a little bit after finishing our drive for the day. I think we're much closer to our destination. We have a short drive tomorrow, isn't that right?
Yeah. So I mentioned yesterday I was going to go have red burrito. I didn't. So he's right. We've actually been really good, I think. Other than that damn muffin I had yesterday morning. So this is the only real not truck meal that we've had since we left. So, but if you guys want to check out Nick's Barbecue, we'll talk about it here more in a second. Once the intro rolls and we get in the truck, get settled down, let this food set for a minute, we'll get right back to you. So see you shortly. All right, so as you guys saw in the intro, we're at Nick's. Very good. It was really nice to just go inside and not be in the truck for a few minutes. And we've only been out in the truck for three days, but Captain Dave here is not messing around. This is not even his full third 72-hour chunk. I think we're like 2.5 days, really, kind of technically, and he did almost 400 miles today, right under 400 miles, which I think is really good, having done all of his PSD in Springfield. But you did say, and this should be a cautionary tale to those of you, he's ambitious, and he wants to get it. He wants to go after it. He's going to be teaming with his wife. But a cautionary tale to all of you out there: you could drive cars. I could drive a car 15 hours and it not faze me. But on that 400 mile, you drove to Florida twice, back and forth to get from 15 hours back and forth to Springfield. That was probably nothing, right?
Straight through. Yeah.
So after 400 miles today, what were you saying? What would you say to brand new?
I would say it is completely different driving a truck. You think driving's driving, but you've got a 80+ foot vehicle that you're conscious, and you have to pay attention not just to the speed of the truck. You have to pay attention to what's going on the sides of the truck. You have to, as best you can, be aware of what's going on behind the truck. Watching for lane changes. And being new, there's a certain nervousness that goes along with it. Am I doing everything right? Eyes are on you, so you want to get it right. So all of those things just kind of contribute to make it a much more tiring day than I expected it to be. I'm tired now. It's what, like 2 o'clock, 2:30?
Yeah.
I feel like I could go back and take a nap right now and then sleep again tonight. And I appreciate Eric for recognizing that it would probably be that way. This is what they talk about when they say you got to get your legs under you when you start driving. I thought I'd just come out and I'll be fine, no problem, but I recognize that I'm more tired than I would have thought I'd been after 400 miles.
And you also had to be cognizant that you're gonna have to drive again tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And that's why, I would say to those coming into this, and this is the case with everybody, this is not a unique story. It was the case with me. I remember exactly what he's talking about. You can come in here thinking you're going to be a 650 mile a day driver right out of the gate all you want. And maybe you could mentally push yourself to do that right out of the gate. But then you can't do that the next day and the next day and the next day. So it's best. I actually think he's acclimating. It's been a pretty steep acclimation. 200 miles yesterday, 400 today. So you have to really pace yourself until until you climb up to that stage. But I think we're right on schedule. Tomorrow we're going to pace it a little bit easier because he's got to deal with Walmart and an unload and everything on his shift too, and we've got to work our clocks to make sure that we can get out of there. But for a first few days, this is going really well, I think. And my TNT trainee bought me lunch, which is amazing. So this is really, now I owe him. So the second one will be steak, and that one's on me.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, seriously, thank you for lunch. That was really
great.
Good. So you guys have heard me mention Nick's before. It's in Carlisle, Arkansas. It's off of I-40. There's truck parking here. Just be aware that there's no facilities after they close, and I think they close at 8 or 9, maybe some. I mean, check on Google, but there's no services here. But you can park a truck here, and it's really good food, a really good environment inside, very comfortable. So I've mentioned it a couple times. Some of you have said that you've been there. Some have asked me where it is. Exit 183 on I-40, Nick's. Really good place.
Highly recommend it. I'll be adding it to my list of places to come back again with my wife. So it was a great suggestion. Really good food.
Yeah, and if you like him coming back with his wife, you can actually walk to a dollar store and a couple other places that are right up there. So there's lots of places to spend money, but that is convenient if you're low and stuff in your truck. Be that paper towels or anything like that. Having nice little spots like this. That could be a really good tip for you, especially being new. If you can't remember things like this, which eventually you will, you'll just have them all in your memory. But if you can't, mark them on Google Maps, because this is a place where you can go to multiple restaurants. You can go to a dollar store. I think there might be a laundromat up there, and a place to park overnight and eat right here. So when you find these little gems, don't be afraid to explore them either. Now, I had already been here before I was a truck driver, and that's how I knew that it was here. But I think you guys saw a video a couple months, maybe a month or two ago, where we had found a breakfast place by kind of accidentally taking the wrong exit. We saw it, and we saw that it had truck parking. There's no big truck stop at that exit. We never would have found that place, but it was an amazing place with all kinds of services around it, truck parking. So look at Trucker Path, look at Google Maps, and don't be afraid to explore and find these little spots. They're all over the country. And once you experience it, you'll remember it, or you'll mark it on a map, and you've always got that little spot to come. And this is extremely quiet.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Again, doesn't have the services, so make sure that you're I need to check the hours so that I can run in here tonight before they close. But you don't have all the trucks idling. You don't hear air brakes all over the place. There's not a bunch of busy fuel islands and not drivers yelling at each other. These are places where you just get good rest. So don't be afraid to do non-truck stop things. What else?
We're going to be trying to route to Florida after this trip down to Texas, so that I can get my hard copy CDL. And you come on the truck, you don't realize everything you need, and I have to admit I overpacked. So we're going to be going real close to home, so I'm going to get rid of a bunch of stuff that I've already realized. One, that there's not room for, and two, I just don't really need. I thought I was going to make my own coffee, so I brought a coffee pot. But, I think if you're a coffee drinker, it's probably smarter just to buy your coffee than to try to make your own coffee every day with the hassle and clean up and all that kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'll get to see my wife. We'll have dinner with her, get my CDL license, and then we'll be off to who knows where, right?
Yeah, and someone asked in the last video, how can he drive without his CDL. When we said that in the last video, I didn't say he doesn't have a CDL. I said he needs to go get his CDL.
Hard copy.
But yeah, he has what he legally needs to drive right now. They give you a letter, the carrier gives you a letter that authorizes you 30 days to go get your hard copy from your home state. So he's a full CDL driver. He can move this truck around this lot or to a fuel island without me in the truck. So there's, yeah, all that means is he's got to go to the DMV in Florida. And you take your passing scores and
paperwork of my proof of passing, my either birth certificate or my driver's license. That's basically it. It's already been transmitted electronically from Prime back to Florida Department of Motor Vehicles. So when I walk in the door, it's a pretty easy process. In Florida, there was absolutely no charge at all for me to take my test to get my CDL permit. I know every state's a little different with that, but I fully expect to be hit with some charges now to actually get my CDL, 80 or $100 probably. I think it depends on how many endorsements you have. So, we were required to get quite a bit for Prime, which is all required to do the job. So it shouldn't take long. My DMV is real close to my house, and we're really looking forward to getting back to Florida for a short amount of time.
So that's going to be our mission this next week. So you guys will see our adventures and our journey towards Florida, and we'll of course report back daily to let you know how that progress goes. You guys, thanks so much for all the support. As always, be safe, make good decisions, and as always, drive to thrive. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.